Today we are going to study about the Shelford's law of tolerance. According to this law, the absence of an organism can be limited by the qualitative or quantitative insufficiency from the various environmental factors which may come up to the limits of tolerance for that organism. The ecological factors have a great effect on the distribution of organisms. Several ecological factors influence the distribution and abundance of organisms. These factors can be broadly categorized into two types: abiotic, that is non-living factors, and biotic, that is living factors. Abiotic factors: climate. Factors such as temperature, precipitation, humidity, and sunlight play a crucial role in determining the distribution of organisms. Species of animals have specific climate preferences and tolerances, influencing their geographic range. Topography. The physical features of the land, including elevation, slope, and aspect, affect the distribution of organisms. For example, high altitude areas may have specialized species adapted to colder conditions. Soil characteristics. Soil properties, including texture and nutrient content, affect the distribution of plants, which in turn affects the distribution and abundance of associated organisms. Next is water availability. Aquatic organisms, for instance, depend on the availability of suitable water bodies. Now we are going to study about the biotic factors. Competition. Interactions among species for resources such as food, water, and nesting sites can limit their distribution and abundance. Intense competition may result in niche differentiation or exclusion of certain species. Next is predation and herbivory. The presence of predators and herbivores can affect the distribution and abundance of prey or plant species. The fear of predation or herbivory can influence where organisms choose to inhabit and graze. Next is mutualism and symbiosis. For instance, pollination by animals contributes to the reproductive success of many plant species. Disease and parasitism. The presence of disease and parasites can significantly impact the distribution and abundance of organisms. Disease outbreaks or parasitic infestations may limit population sizes or confine species to specific areas. Habitat availability and fragmentation. Habitat destruction, fragmentation, and alteration due to human activities can disrupt natural populations and restrict their distribution. Historical and evolutionary factors. Past events such as geological processes and historical climate changes can shape the distribution and evolutionary history of species. For instance, isolation on islands or refugia during glacial periods may have influenced the distribution and genetic diversity of species. It's important to note that these ecological factors often interact and influence each other, creating complex patterns of species distribution. Understanding these factors and their effects is essential for conservation efforts, ecosystem management, and predicting the impacts of environmental changes on biodiversity.